Hello there everyone, and a very happy Thursday. I do hope that you're all having a great week and they have something nice planned for the weekend as well. The fabulous Bernadette is behind the badge today, so she'll be popping in all of the links and getting any questions that I may have missed. She will give me a nudge if that happens. So we did have a new release today. We really do hope that you spotted something in that inspired you. Please let us know your favorites and we can take a closer look at it if you want me to do that. So like I said, the lovely Bernadette is there, and if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Altenew store. Hey there, Sue and Nancy. By the sounds of it, everyone's having a bit of a dull day today, so hopefully we can add some sunshine into your life with this release. So hopefully it is going to be good. I will pop you down onto my tabletop so you can see the fabulous new release. Again, please let us know your favorites. We want to know, what was the first thing that you popped into your bag? That's one of the things that I want to know, because I want to know what caught your eye first and made you pop everything into your little bag. And have you been persuaded to buy something by some of the fabulous projects that we have had? All right. First up, we have the chocolate flowers. This is our project kit for this time around. This one is so cool. The things are very different, but they work so well together, and there has been some really great projects with this one as well. So first up, you're going to get the stamp set. This is a 6x8. You have two large background stamps that you can kind of continue if you stamp them next to each other. And then we also have a whole array of sentiments. We then have the Zero Waste Chocolate Flowers stencil. So what's going to happen with this one is you're going to just layer this up one on top of the other, and you're going to create a fabulous floral background. You can see here. Now, this is really clever because this image is the same as the Zero Waste Chocolate Flowers die, but it's slightly larger. So that means the images are a little bit larger than the actual die. So that means if you have stenciled all of the images, then you use the die, it's not going to leave a white outline. You're going to get the kind of full cardstock look on that, which is really quite cool. I am sorry. I think I'm getting a cold. As well as that, we also have a 3D embossing folder. This one's very retro, I would say. So it's meant to look like a chocolate bar, but it does have a wonderful geometric effect. This would work for all different occasions and all different sizes of cards. So the reason why it's called chocolate flowers is because there's the chocolate theme that we have, and then also the flowers. So that's why. And I do think chocolate plants do have flowers as well, but yeah. So there we go. So yes, Alison, you would get a no white outline with that one, and it will cut out all of the images in one go. And also because it's a one go, you can use the die by itself and cut out many different flowers, and then also use that background as well. Okay. Next up, we have the lovely Rose Peony. So this is our Builder Garden. Now, normally with the Builder Garden, you get a stamp set, a stencil set, and also a mini blending tool. So this one, you will get one that's white. Mine has already been used. You can see that we have that beautiful peony cluster here. We have a vase that they can then fit into, and a number of different sentiments. Within the packaging, you do get the layering guide. So you're going to see exactly how the stamp set works with the simple coloring stencil set as well, to kind of color things in. So you're not going to be lost in any way to kind of put these together. If you're not a lover of the old fussy cutting, we also do have the add-on die set, which is going to cut around the peony, the vase, and also the large sentiments that you get. Okay. Hey, Mindy. We also have a new craft flower. Now this one has got a long name, but it's very pretty. This is the Dahlia April Heather layering set. So you can see here that we have 2 large blooms, and we also have the keyhole system in here. So that means that all you're going to need to do is line up the die cuts right in the center of the flowers, and you're going to be able to create the flowers really quickly and easily. I don't think that you're going to need this layering guide, but we do have it on the back, just in case you need it, but I don't think you will. I think you're going to get this, you're going to use the keyhole system and also the little embossed numbers that get on the die cuts, and you're going to be away. Next up, we have our dynamic duo for this month, and this is the Whispering Meadow. This one, if you are a lover of clean and simple cards, or you tend to be one of those that forget to make a card until someone turns up, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to nip to the toilet, and then you create a card in like 5 minutes flat. This would do it for you. So this one, you're going to get 2 stencils. It's going to create like a oval image that's going to have loads of beautiful flowers on there, and then it's going to color in those flowers as well. In the packaging, you can see that we do have the layering guide, so you can see exactly how that works. Now, the stamp set, what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to add the little flower centers in, and it also has some curved sentiments, so you can add them to the bottom or the top of that wonderful oval to create a beautiful, clean and simple design. As well as that, we also have an add-on die set available that's going to cut around the whole oval image and also the flowers singularly. So if you wanted to pop them up, you can do that. Also, you could just do the flowers by themselves, then use some leaves, say from the Dahlia April Heather, and then just create your own bouquet with those flowers and then leaves from another set. So don't forget that you can really play around with this, and you don't necessarily need to use it together all the time. Next up, we have our Mini Delight. This is very sweet. So we have the watering daisies. So you can see here that we have the large daisy image there. We also have a layer for the petals, a layer for the centers, and also some sentiment in there as well. We also have the little watering daisies die, and in here we have a layered watering can. This is so cool. It is very cute and also has many layers. And because we have changed the Mini Delight that these kind of go together but they don't coordinate perfectly, you can use these separately. You can use this with another set. You can use these flowers with another set. So always think about what you've got in your stash and how you can stretch this. Right. Oops. We then have a lot of other products as well. So this one is the Picture Perfect. In here, we have a strip film like segment, and we also have the sentiments Smile and also Picture Perfect with a shadow. Now, this would be great to kind of add a layer onto a card, but also think about this for your memory keeping or your journaling. You could add a photo in here. You could add a ticket to create a kind of focal element on your journaling. It's a really great one if you just want to kind of dip your toe into journaling as well, if you are an avid card maker, but you just want to create something that's small. This kind of photo size here, I think, would be really easy to kind of move over from the card making realm into the scrapbooking really quite easily. We also have a sentiment set for you. It's been a while since we come out with like a pure stamp sentiments. This is the Tranquil Greetings, and this is so heartfelt. The script font on this is beautiful, and the sentiments are just very heartfelt and warming. So if you struggle like I do to add some messages to the inside of cards, these would also work on the inside too. So we have find peace in each moment, for it holds the key to a tranquil heart. The path to happiness begins with a simple step. Trust the journey as you celebrate another year. As you celebrate another year, find joy in the present. So there's lots of different kind of really heartfelt greetings in that one. Our little press plate for this time round is a little small one, and it is so cute. This is the Blooming Floral Swag. In here we have a very detailed flower cluster, as well as 3 solid sentiments. So them solid sentiments, they letterpress perfectly into some cotton cardstock, and this itself foiled fabulously when I did do it on my glimmer machine. We also have a stamp set with a coordinating die set that was made in collaboration with Mummy Lay. So she actually designed this for one of our previous retreats, and it is ever so sweet. This little bee has to be the cutest bee I have ever seen, and I do love him, and I can't wait to kind of make something out of it with that bee there. He is just too cute. I love how, I don't know, just round he is. He is fabulous. So that is the Bloom and Evolve. If you do have a little bit of inspiration block, we do have some inspiration within the packaging, so you can see how other people have thought to use it. Also, inspiration doesn't stop there. Please check out the website on any of the product pages that you kind of want to. There will be lots of different project photos that you can kind of get inspiration from. Also, we do have the hop that was on today. We have the video hop today. We also have the blog hop and the Instagram hop. So there is so much inspiration that's going to be coming your way with these products. Next up, we have the World in Bloom. This one has a fabulous globe, as well as some florals that can adorn it. But you don't need to put them flowers on there if you don't want to. If you have like a science theme project, or even someone that loves geography, this would work perfectly. I know that we've got a world stamp set, and I haven't tried it myself, but I think that maybe even cutting out some atlas paper with this circle and then adding that on, I think that would be really quite cool to do as well. Or maybe a roadmap of where you and your partner first met, or something like that. I think that could be very cute, very sentimental, but also very classy way to kind of show that you remember how much, you know, your first time you've met your partner, and also things like that. I think that would be very sweet. Also, that could be used in journaling and also scrapbook pages as well. This one wouldn't get lost. It is quite large. We also have the layering guide on the back as well. Please let us know your favorites in this release and what you would like to take a closer look at. I am willing to have a go at anything today. Next up, we have the Mushroom Cottage. This one is ever so sweet. If you have that kind of fairy core theme going on in your home, this may be one that you kind of want to get, so you can use this to embellish with a little bit of home decor. You do get 3 mushroom cottages. You're also going to get the leaves and also the little stones as well, so you can create your own little fairy garden with the mushrooms, and then maybe add some fairies in if you have them. Hello there, Erin. We're nearly at the end of what we've got for this release now. So Waterfall Scene, this one really blew my mind on how kind of detailed it looks, but with a very impressionistic style. I know it sounds counterproductive to what I've just said, but this is fabulous. So this one layers up to create a fabulous waterfall scene coming off a very steep cliff. I just love how this comes together, and it works very good every time. So I actually have them cut out, and they are quite large. So for the mushroom houses, if you wanted to kind of see those a little bit more closely, I do have them already cut out, and we can arrange them onto a card. But yeah, they cut out fabulously. They didn't take much layering either. I have to say, probably the little window shelves that you get there were a little bit fiddly, but using some tweezers, it's going to be no problem whatsoever, especially if you add some double-sided adhesive to the back of the cardstock before you die cut it. But yeah, those mushrooms are fabulous. Okay, so that is that one. Then we have the cute camper. So I believe in the US these are called trailers, but in the UK we call them caravans. So that's why we call it the cute camper. So we have various different layers to create this fabulous little movable home. And you can see on the back that we do have the layering guide on the back. So a really great one to play around with, especially if you know someone that loves adventuring in the outdoors and has some kind of movable home, as I like to call it. Next up, we have the capture memories. If you know someone who loves photography, this may be a great one to get because you can add this to all of the projects that you're going to create for them. You can also add these to scrapbook pages. You can add them to journaling. You could even do some home decor with these as well. So the camera itself is quite large when you do cut it out. I'll show it in a sec. But this one also has the keyhole system. So all you're going to do is line up the little keyhole elements to pop this together. This one's clever because you're going to get two different looks with the same die set. So you're going to use the same vine to create either the tulip look or the daisy look. So you're going to cut the vine, then you're going to choose either the daisies or the tulips, then cut them out and then just add them into the place with the keyhole. And that'll tell you exactly which of the flowers are going to fit on that keyhole, which I think is very clever. And I love the fact that you can kind of really stretch the look of the same die set by mixing up the flowers. If you even wanted to, you could mix the tulips and the daisies together. You don't necessarily just need tulips or you don't need daisies. You can use them in conjunction with each other as well. Last in the dies, we have the piped waffle. So if you do love a background die that's a little bit whimsy, a little bit less than perfect, this may be one that you want to add. It is geometric, but it also has that kind of softened look because we have the kind of vintage distress element on there. Another one for the travelers is the Traveler's Atlas. This is a 3D embossing folder. We have the whole world atlas on there, and it is textured. So it has all the like little lumps and bumps. So it's not a flat kind of image that you're going to get on there. You are going to get a 3D textured background with that one as well. Lynn says the waffle is her favorite at the minute. Okay. We also have some gem sparkles. We have 3 new colors for you. We have the Emerald City. We have the Nebula, which I think is probably my favorite out of these. This beautiful kind of olivey green is one that I'm gravitating towards. Then we also have the Sicilian Amber. So those beautiful warm honey tones that we have there. We have transitioned 4 ink families into our fresh ink. So these have previously been in our oval fresh ink, crisp ink pads, sorry, and now they're in the fresh. So then we have the Cherry Blossom, which is the Pink Diamond, Pinkalicious, Rubelite, and Razzleberry. I did have the color card, but I've lost it. We also have the Fall Harvest, sorry, the Butternut, the Pumpkin Pie, the Yellow Ochre, and also the Sicilian Amber on that one. Then we have the Deep Blue Seas, which is the Sea Breeze, Turquoise, Tide Blue, and also the Starlight. And then, it has been a while, right? I have been waiting so long for the fabulous Tropical Forest to be available in the fresh ink. So these are my favorite greens. So we have the bamboo, the parrot, the olive, and also the moss. I'm so excited that these are now part of the fresh ink family. I did show these in my live last week, but these are now all available. So we have new cardstock colors. I will just go through them lickety split so we can get into crafting. We have blush, rouge, crimson, velvet, buttercream, warm sunshine, caramel toffee, paper bag, bamboo, parrot, olive. We also have a moss. I think it's actually sold out, but you can sign up for the back in stock notification. We also have the mountain mist, lagoon, Caribbean sky, sapphire, winter lake, Arctic mountain, misty moor, marshland, morning frost. Then we have the evening grey and also the lava rock. Again, those two have sold out, but you can sign up for in-stock notifications on those. Please let me know your favorites and also what you would like to take a closer look at. Until I get the first request, I will go through some samples with you. So this is the Capture Memories. You can see that we have that fabulous vintage camera on there. We also have the Zero Waste from the Chocolate Flowers right at the back here. Again, I've used the same image, the Capture Memories. We also have some of the die cuts from the Chocolate Flowers. Then we have another chocolate flower. So this is the background. So to create these into flowers, all I would need to do is pop the die over the top and just run that through. This is the, just how cool is that waterfall? Yeah, Mindy, the waterfall holds a lot for me in this release. I think it is fabulous. So you can see just how detailed that is. And you're going to think that this like waterfall effect here, the actual water, is going to be layers upon layers. Literally, it's one. It is amazing. This one, I did a little bit of faux embossing. So it kind of gives you the look of an embossing folder. All I did was cut the watering can from the Watering Daisies Mini Delight in the same color as the background and then just layered that up. And it just looks really cool. Again, Watering Daisies on this one. This has got a very vintage look. This one is the Dynamic Duo Whispering Meadow. So that is it, just how it's kind of comes. And then I just use the dies to emboss the cardstock there. Because we have the dies, you can also create shaker cards with that one. These two are using the Craft Your Life chocolate flowers. You can see that chocolate bar effect in the back. Just imagine doing this out of some dark brown cardstock, then adding it, like cutting it down to a size of a chocolate bar, adding some foil on there, and then like the wrap could have the sentiment on. I think that would be really cool. And then I have another waterfall card there and a little camper van there. I also have some more samples over to the side, which, you know, I'll get into later on, but I do want to craft. So someone said the flower vine, and I have to admit, I haven't yet played with this one. So I think that we're going to need to go with this one. And let's choose some colors. Shall we go daisy or tulip? I'm going to let you guys decide. Or should we do a mix and match of the two of them? I'm going to grab some green cardstock. I think I'm going to go through the olive cardstock first. It's gonna be my one. I'm also going to use some of the Volcano Lake and the Lagoon if we're going to go with the tulips, and then maybe let's go with the daisies. What kind of color do I want for my daisies? I'm going to go yellow, and maybe we can add some gem sparkles for the flower centers. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm not going to cut the flower centers themselves. We're going to cover them up with some gem sparkles. Right, I'm just going to get rid of this cardstock over to the side. And then grab my die cutting machine off the floor, because it gets relegated to the floor when I'm doing a live because I don't have enough room to play with it. All right, so I have my Whimsical flower vine. So, oops, the daisies. Also, we can add some of the tropical forest greens to the cardstock to make it a little bit more dimensional as well. Thank you, Bernadette. Yeah, don't forget to like and share. I do love you guys spending time with me. Makes me very happy. I did have a piece of olive over to the side, and I'm wondering if it's big enough. Ah, it's like it was made for the part. All right, so I also have the tulip. So this is the lagoon. And I'm going to cut out the kind of darker pieces first. Trying to find places to put things. I just don't have them. Also, please let me know if you have any shout outs. You know what I'm like. I'm nosy. If you have had a birthday or an anniversary or just want to tell me what you've done with your day, please feel that you can. We're all friends here. This is a safe space and we can have a good old chat about it. All right, so I'm just going to pop the top on that and then run it through. I do love the fact that this is a solid core cardstock, so even if you rip this, you're going to get the kind of color in the inside as well. So I have my vine cut. I also have the first layer of the tulips. I'm then going to grab some of the mountain mist. Sue, your friend's retiring. Oh. I hope she's got plans. Does she card make? Are you going to get together and do some crafting? So I'm going to add that on. And then I also have the little flower pieces too. Oh, Kathy, you're a teacher. See, if you're in the UK, you'd still have a long time to go. My kids literally only broke up, I think, about 2 weeks ago. So we've literally just started ours. I bet you can't wait to get back. Okay, so I'm just trimming some of the warm sunshine. Oh, nothing makes my heart happier than a whole array of large sheets of coloured cardstock that's in a row. Oh. Ooh, Maria went to a craft store. I have not been to a craft store in ages. We hope you had fun. Oh, Bernadette did crafting while on vacation. That's cool. How did you take all your Altenew supplies, Bernadette? So I'm going to go tulip daisy, tulip daisy. That is my plan. So I'm going to need only a few of each. All right. Oh, my sticky maps. Where are you? I thought I'd lost him, but I did create and craft shows on Monday and I haven't yet fully unpacked since then. I know. You would have thought I had, but no. So, like I said, this little vine here has various die cuts on each of the kind of flower circles where you're going to pop them. And we have a keyhole, we have an arrow, we have something that looks like a snowman. We also have a triangle and then something that looks like a dummy. So I'm just going to pop those out so it's easier to be seen. So I'm going to need, oops, I'll put that down. So for the keyhole, I'm going to need the keyhole tulip. For the arrow, I want the daisy one. I'm then going to want the snowman tulip, the triangle daisy, and then the dummy or pacifier, sorry, for the tulips. Maria, you are going to love the sticky mat. This, it has my heart. So I am going to add a little bit of something to the die cuts by using some ink that's slightly darker. So I don't have my, correct one for this, but I do have Starlight, which we released. So this one's a beautiful navy color. I'm just tapping that off in the top so I don't get too much. That's gonna let me add some shading to that. I should have used a different color one, but I didn't. All right, so then I'm gonna need the pieces that coordinate with those tulips. Yeah, I think that's it. And the big one. There we go. I don't think I'm going to need that color. I'm going to need to go a tad down, so I might go to the Tide blue. Bernadette's favorite is the mushroom. Has anyone got a all-out winner? Has anyone bought anything from the release? What did they get? So this is the Tide blue to add that detail here. I do think that just adding a touch of shading to colored cardstock really, I don't know, elevates it quite a bit, right? Then I have my flowers. I'm going to go pumpkin pie for these ones. Just in the center there. Maybe a little bit too heavy-handed on that one, but should be fine. And then I'm going to add some darker color to the fabulous little vine that we've got going on here. Oh, Kathy's going between the mushrooms and the camera. She's not sure. So just adding that there. Trying to add the color where I think it would be darkest, so along the stem and then at the base of those really kind of cool, quirky looking leaves. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to grab my tape glue, my most favorite tape glue in the whole world, and I'm going to add these into place. All right, everyone's loving the flower vine. I think it's so cool. Oh, I don't think I did the right piece. Oh, actually I did. I'm lying. I just didn't line it up properly. So there's our first little tulip layer, and I should have added it into place before. Oh, that proves how sticky that sticky mat is, right? Everything's sticking. Put that into place. Oh, he looks cool. I think what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to add too much glue on things, I am going to add this onto a card. I'm going to add it over to the side. You could do two. You could do one going up and one going down. That's what we should have done. But we didn't. But we can. Does anyone have a favorite project from the video hop from today? Please let us know. We're also really interested in, you know, who you find really inspiring. Right. Give it a little wiggle. Yeah, so I should have done the keyhole first. I got excited. So yeah, you would add that on and then add the keyhole on, just like that. And then we have the snowman. Triangle. They do look really cool together as well. And I love the fact that there's more color variation as well now. This is one of my favorite color combos if I could add a little bit of pink in as well. Just love a little bit of pink. That one's that one. And then that one. Okay, so there we go. And all we're going to need to do now is add on a sentiment, but that is really cool. Oh, I forgot. Obviously, we could have cut the flower centers. We've got those, but I wanted to add in some gem sparkles instead. So I'm going to go in with these ones. I think these ones would be perfect. So yeah, you don't necessarily need to use the flower centers that you've got. Yeah, and we've also added a little bit of bling, right? Okay, there we go. Oh, thank you, Vince. Yes, I'm loving that yellow. Just a touch of yellow really brightens everything up. So if you were to do this on a card, you definitely could fit another one of those in the opposite way. And that would give you a very kind of folk art feel, I think, on that one. But yeah, look how shiny those gem sparkles are. They are very pretty. They are the Sicilian amber ones. Okay. I know that someone suggested, I believe it was Mindy, suggested the waterfall scene. And I just want to show you guys how easy this one is to do. So I have some white cardstock over to the side. So it is fabulous. It's definitely a Sue set. Oops, I have dropped Butterfingers today. Okay, so I want to show you how easy this is. So first up, we have a stencil number one. What's going to make this even easier as well is a sticky mat, because there's going to be no tape that you need to lift up. You're not going to rip anything. Everything's going to be fabulous. So I'm going to go in with my first. Oh, we could have put the mushrooms on that flower vine as well. Maybe. Sorry, everyone. I don't know. Yeah, the little mushroom houses could be next to that, right? Just a thought, but yeah. Okay, moving that over. Got excited. Let's go where I was going. So I'm going to start with the parrot first, and this is going to be bushes. But I think if you really wanted to, you could maybe make it into a cloud. But I'm going to go bushes. Oh, Mindy finished her waterfall scene. Yeah, it is. It's so easy. So I just have some mini blending tools. Also on my live, I mean not live, my video in the hop, I use this as well. I love it. And I added a little bit of texture by, instead of going smooth, I dabbed with this to kind of give me some texture in that. It doesn't look great at the minute, but the more you layer up with the various stencils, it is going to give you a really cool texture feel. So that one is the parrot. I'm then going to move this up. All right. Oh yeah, that card, Kathy, that I just popped over the side. Yes, it does remind me of childhood shows. So let's go in with, I don't have any browns on me or grays. I'm thinking these might be all right. So this is the Full Harvest, and you can get different colored rocks. This is just going to be a very yellowy rock, where I think it's going to be fine. Also, if you have like a stencil like this that wants to move that way and that way, do your blending up and down, right? You don't always need to go in that circular motion if it's not working for the stencil that you're working on. If you need to go up and down, you just need to go up and down a little. I know, always going rogue. But there's got to be rocks this color. I imagine it could be sandstone. Sandstone has a very yellowy color. Or we could say Cotswold stone. I think that's quite yellow. Well, I don't know. I could also be just making things up. I don't think I am. I think there's a Cotswold stone. But yeah. Okay, so I've added that color down. Also, you can see I didn't pay that much attention to it. Nope. No, I did not. Reason being, stone has various different color variations in it, and I'm trying to stick with that. I'm trying to be true to the stone. All right, so I'm going to take this stencil off, and then we're going to go in with stencil number 2. So that one was stencil number 1. The fabulous thing about Altenew stencils is they have the name of the stencil etched on, and they also have etching to help you line this up. So I'm going to pop that into place. Fabulous. How easy was that? Now we're going to go into the olive. Same blending tool as before. I am getting a little collection of these, but I did just used to like use 12 when I was quite happy with 12. But because I've been getting one every time we get a new project kit, that's how I've kind of grew my collection of them. Yep, so yeah, you can go with that whatever color. And look, I think that color's gonna look okay. So I'm gonna do that. Move that up slightly, stick that down. We're gonna go on with the next color, which is the yellow ochre. Oops. Add that through. We have, well, me and my husband have just started going hiking this at the start of this year, really, because, you know, we need to do something healthy other than sit around and eat takeaways. So we started hiking, and this is really bringing me back to kind of joy of walking through a forest and finding a waterfall. This stencil has made me very happy, and I will be using it in my scrapbooking when I do my walking adventures. All right, so that's number 2. Then we're going to go on with number 3. Ah, Mindy watched for a sale. Good call. Good call. Lining this one up again because we have that sticky mat. I'm not wasting any tape whatsoever. And we're going in with moss for the final layer of this bush up the top. These could be trees. I'm thinking they're bushes. All right, so we have them down. Then we have the final layer of the stone, and I'm going to go in with the Sicilian amber for that one. I still really love the small blending tools as well. They are my go-tos. But this image is kind of small, so that's why I've gone for the minis this time around. So this is the Sicilian Amber. Okay. Has anyone been watching the Olympics? My husband is a little obsessed. Okay, so that's number 3. These tweezers, I say it every time, but I did not think I needed a pair of tweezers until I had a pair of tweezers. And now I use them for near enough everything. All right, that's number 5. So I am going to need another bunch of greens, which handily I have over to the side. So this is going to add in like another cluster of bushes. I have Misty Sage here. So any greens that you have on hand, Misty Sage. I'm trying to think what these were out of. Misty Sage, the Mossy Meadow, and the Oak Moss. I'm not sure which ones they're out of, Bernadette. I am sorry. It's just I have these over to the side. Normally I know where they're from, but it has me stumped. Maybe someone in the audience has an idea which colours these are, which colour family these are from. Kathy, she took them. They're very handy. Yeah, my daughter's just always taking scissors. It's like you go out to cut something, no scissors. So that is stencil number 4. How quick and easy was that? And this is really growing quickly now. Okay, and then we have the last layer of these bushes, and I'm going to go in with the Oak Moss. Yeah, Bernadette, you wouldn't realize it, that you can get this kind of, it's like realistic impressionism is the style that I think that we've gone for here. Yeah, Kathy, yes, for those little beads. Yeah, makes sense. And then I'm just going to line up the actual watery bit now. Pop that down, give it a stick. I have Sea Breeze here. That's the only kind of really light blue that I've got. Tap, 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 tap. And then add the sky in, and then the water. Again, if your little wigglies are wiggling, just give them an up and down. You don't need to give them a circle all the time. And I'm trying not to add the same kind of intensity of blue over the water, so you're going to get the varying looks, and it's going to look like you've got more layers there than you have. But look how cool that is. So again, if we wanted to, we could probably bring in those little mushroom houses, maybe. Like those little blue people, they want to live next to a waterfall. But yeah, and we can also add in some of those flowers maybe that we didn't use on the other card. I always find that having things above and behind really does add great kind of depth and variation to things there. Yeah, I am loving the little mushrooms. They're very, very cute. So as you can see, that doesn't take a whole lot of doing there. I think we have a little minute to show you how quick and easy it is to create a full card using the dynamic duo. So I'm just going to move that over to the side. Yeah, the mushrooms. I'm going to pull those mushrooms into everything. They are the cutest though, right? They are very, very sweet. So I'm going to move that over to the side, try and keep it in the same look so we can bring that in a bit. We also have this one where we used a couple of those mushrooms on as well. So I'll move that over. And I'm just going to grab that dynamic duo so we can create something really quick, really easy in a matter of minutes. We literally have a couple of minutes left. So let's pretend, you know, someone's come around and you really need a card. So we're just going to whip out the dynamic duo Whispering Meadow. We should have a countdown timer and see how long this takes. So I'm going to take stencil number 1 and I'm just going to pop that into position around about the center of my card. I am going to go with a blue background and I'm probably going to go with that starlight there. Okay. I always dab off. I do find that these grab a lot of ink, and just by doing that little bit of dabbing, it really helps me control it a little bit. Now normally I don't, oh no, inky stencils on the floor. Never mind. But I don't want to go over there, so I am going to be using some tape. So just adding colour around the outside edge. Whatever colour that you kind of tap off into that lid, you are going to be able to use again, so don't worry about tapping that off. I do want to keep that little flower wiggle free, so I'm just going to use my trusty little tweezers and hold that into place while I ink around. Ooh, he's a little wiggler. Okay. So that is our background complete. I'm going to lift this up. And then we're going to add in the flowers. We haven't used any of the pinks, so I am going to be pulling them out now. I'm going to use that same tape again just to make sure that I don't go through that. I'm going to go in with the Rubelite. Oh, no. Pinkalicious first. Rubelite second layer. We need another thingy. Oh, look how saturated that is. This is the Pinkalicious. I know that someone was asking about when the Rubelite was back in stock. We now have it in the fresh ink. So it is technically in stock, but just in the fresh ink rather than the oval. So now I'm just going to lift that off and see just how quickly this is coming together. I do want to keep that tape. Then we have the second layer of flowers. Do I have this the wrong way? Yes, I do. Pop that in. We have the etch in there, so you can see how this is going to line up really well. I'm going to be using the Rubelite for this second layer. That shade of pink is just so vibrant. This is vibrant as well. This is the Rubelite. I mean, it is dye ink, so it will kind of tone down a little bit as it dries. But if you kept adding layer on layer, I'm sure it would keep the vibrancy. Okay, lift up. Oh, look at those flowers, they're so cute. Then we have the leaves and olive. Would be rude not to, right? I do love olive. I'm so happy, so happy that we have the tropical forest in the fresh ink now. All right. Okay, and then we also have the second layer. I will be using moss for that, and again from the tropical forest. Oh no, I made a mistake. I went in the other part, but that's fine. It's fine. We can cover that. Okay. It's there. It's okay. It's fine. So now I'm just going to grab the stamp set, and we do have 2 flower centers, but I'm just going to use one for quickness. You know what I'm like. If there's one flower center there and it'll work for both of them, I'm using it for both of them. So I have Sicilian Amber, so I'm going to add in 2 flower centers, just wiggling them around so they look slightly different. Oh, there we go. That's my trick for cleaning things on the palm of your hand. Not a great trick because you do get that ink in other places. I'm then going to go with Sending Smiles. We do have that wonderful curve on there. You're just going to let that kind of rest. I'm going in with Obsidian. And then we're going to need to cover that mistake, right? So we have Sending Smiles. Perfectly curved. We can then grab some of those. I'm thinking I'm going to add some of those flower centers as well, just to add a little bit of bling in there. And then I'm going to kind of want to direct some of that bling out of the circle. Reason being, I made a mistake and I'm just trying to cover it up. Come on. And then we can have some coming out there. And you just say there's the flow. It gives that flow. Also, we can say, oh, that's like the little bits of pollen flying off. See? Just think creatively. That'll work. All right, so there we have it. So we have created 3 nearly different cards today. I mean, we didn't complete them all. We have one with the Whispering Meadow. Then we used the waterfall scene and that mushroom and some of the leftovers from the Whimsical flower vine. And yeah, yeah, the mushroom houses could have gone over there as well. Thanks, Sue. I've used it everywhere else. And then also we have the Whimsical flower vine, which we added a little bit of detail in with some of the new colors of fresh inks. And we also have those fabulous little mushroom cottages there. They are so, 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 so cute. All right. Okay. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a pleasure. We really do hope that this has inspired you to grab out any crafting surprise that you have and get crafting. Just make sure that you share with us if you want to as well. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you to the fabulous Bernadette for keeping an eye on me. We really do hope that you have a fabulous weekend, and don't forget to craft your life. See you soon, everyone. Bye-bye.